So many of the education programs that we run provide an opportunity for students to use and investigate the kind of objects that were really common during the 19th century. That includes a range of games, different kinds of tools, and a range of materials such as quills, inkwells, doing needlework, or using a slate board. Now, handling these objects in our living history museums immerses the students in the historical context that they're learning about. And they're able to investigate as young historians and learn about what life was like in the past for a range of different people. When we need to source new objects, authenticity is a key consideration, and it's an ongoing challenge too, because as materials wear out and break, replacements can be hard to find. For example, these buckets at Elizabeth Farm will soon need to be replaced after years of service. Now, traditionally, you went to a local tradesman called a cooper when you needed a bucket. However, there just aren't that many traditional coopers left anymore, especially in New South Wales. But we've done our research and we've managed to track down a 6th generation cooper who lives in country Victoria. So we're going to fly down from Sydney, catch up with him and see if he can help us replace these buckets. Okay, so we made it. We're in Beveridge, Victoria. It's cold, it's windy. George, our cooper, is in that shed. He's got a fire going, so we're going to head on in and meet him. G'day, George.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, finally.
G'day, I'm George Smithwick. I just happen to be a 6th generation cooper. The word cooper is a Latin word, and coop means to contain, and it's a person who builds barrels, buckets, any vessel that holds either a fluid or a sausage skin. It just means to contain it within an area. The steps in making a bucket are, first of all, you joint the staves, then you hollow them and back them. Backing them is just taking the edge off them so that they fit neatly up against the hoop. So now I have to fill it up. So I just stand them up in there and work my way around. Now we put the top hoop on, which is a bar hoop, which is, as you can see, they're quite heavy hoops. Right, our next job now is to cut a groove inside here to take the head or the bottom of the bucket. So by using this tool, what's called a crows, it's got 2 little scribers and a raker. So by sitting that inside there and racking it around, I can cut a groove in there. Now it's just a matter of checking, make sure I'm deep enough all the way around. Once you've got that, you have to work out the diameter or the radius of the head or the bottom to go in the bucket. You mark and you cut your head. You then shape it, taper it down so that you've got the right taper to go in and fit the groove. Once you've got that done, you put a bit of, I use linseed meal these days. You mix that into a paste, you put it in the groove, then you slip your head into place. Now it's a matter of poke the head in. Now it's gone a little bit far. Pop, he's in. Flip your bucket up again, put the hoops on, tap it up, get it nice and tight, and you'll see the linseed meal coming out. Once you've got that done, you then shave the outside of your bucket or barrel to get it to a relatively nice round shape. Then you peen out your hoop, which by hitting on one side of the hoop, you can flare the hoop out so it follows the shape of the bucket or the barrel that you're doing. Once you've done that, you wrap it around, mark where your overlaps to go, hold it, drive the rivets through the hole, finish your hoop off, and then you put that onto your bucket and drive it up and nice and tight. Do that 3 times, 3 different hoops, then do a rope handle. That's it, bucket done.
All right, here they are, buckets ready to go. We've got to get them back to Sydney, and then the next step is to get them into the hands of the students out at some of our properties. So George, thank you very much for all your hard work.
Pleasure.
Absolute pleasure to meet you,
Oh,
and hope to see you soon.
Well, I hope these kids have a ball.
With our new Australian-made buckets, thousands of students are going to be able to do the washing as a convict servant assigned to Elizabeth Farm. It's an enjoyable and engaging activity, and because they're actually making a physical connection with the different kind of tools and materials that people used in the past, it will allow them to experience a whole other life. And that's really important when they're trying to learn about history.